Guys, so this is our first lunch and learn, and it was going to be every Wednesday at noon. Hopefully, it's an ideal time for lunch and learn, hence the name of lunch and learn. And we're going on at 12:04, and there's nobody in yet. So I'll give it about another minute or so, and then I'm going to log off Google Meets. And this is recording, obviously, because you're watching it now as a recording. And we're going to go over the things that we go over in class, just so you can watch it at your own leisure whenever you have time. Because I know, lunchtime sometimes that's a time whenever you're getting other stuff done. Like the Google IT Professional Certification class. I know whenever I was doing my master's, my lunchtime was my study time. My lunchtime was my homework time. And you got to find the time whenever it exists and you can find it. So I'm going to go ahead, it's 12:05. So I'm going to go ahead and turn off, hang up on this Google Meet. And I'm going to go over everything, how to get onto Google Meets, how to log on, just everything that I was planning on for today. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and leave this call. And go ahead and close that out. And the first thing I want to cover, make sure I'm still recording, I am. Okay, first of all is if you're not sure how to get started with the Google Meet, if you're not used Google Meet before, that's going to be one of the things that we're going to be covering in these lunch and learns as well. There's a great curriculum that we have thanks to Google. Hocking College is a Grow with Google partner, and we're really lucky to have all of those resources. So what we're going to do is actually, so here's my calendar. It's very busy, I know, just all of that. So what you do is whenever you go on your calendar, you would click Join with Google Meet. Okay, and there's nobody else there, but all you would do is hit Join Now. Okay, and then you can do it on your phone, I believe. I think there's an option to call in. So say if you don't, yes, join by phone. If you don't have really good signal, you can call it in. And again, these are being recorded, so you can do it at your own leisure. Watch the recording in addition to answering any or asking any questions you may have actually whenever we're doing this class live. Okay, so let's go ahead and go through our agenda today. And yeah, okay, so welcome. Again, this is the first class on the Lunch and Learn, job search techniques, resume writing, LinkedIn, everything that you need to know to get started in whatever your career path, your career goals are. We are recording, so if you're going to be attending these sessions, please keep in mind we are recording. And if you have any concerns on that, please let me know, but I will be recording these. And one of the things I was going to have us do was our introductions. So you guys already know me. You've been taking this class, you're doing this for the past couple months now. I think we've been doing it. You know who I am. You know I'm the computer. Well, I'll do a quick reminder in case you don't know. I'm the computer science program manager here at Hocking College. I teach web and app development courses. I'll be teaching I'll be teaching the upcoming data analytics courses next year as well. I'm really super excited about data analytics, like data analytics and databases and all that stuff. That is where I'm like, a huge data nerd. So I'm super excited about that. But anyways, the other thing I get super excited about, and if you're already a student in my class, you already know this, it's AWS, Amazon Web Services. Which is kind of neither here nor there right now, but just that's who I am. Let's see. So let's go ahead and get started. So this is going to be, I want these to be interactive and engaging. I know online classrooms, it's kind of, but I try to do some things to keep it engaging. So, what I'm kind of curious is what are you looking for from these lunch and learns? If you're looking to find a new job, if you're looking to improve opportunities for a promotion, is there another reason? Just something to do. Those are some things that I would kind of like some feedback from you guys so I can make sure this is tailored as much as possible to meet your needs. So LinkedIn. Okay, I love LinkedIn. And again, if you're a student in my class, you probably know that, like, annoyingly so. So if you're not familiar with LinkedIn, actually, I'm going to do this in incognito mode. There we go. Incognito. Incognito, if you're not familiar with it, it just basically, it doesn't save your browsing history. It won't automatically sign you in to stuff. Like if I did not do incognito mode, it would automatically sign me into my LinkedIn account, and I don't want to do that. I want to kind of go through the process here. So this is LinkedIn. LinkedIn is professional social media. Okay, it's the best way to describe it. Some people like it, some people hate it. I personally love it. I think it's a great platform to share your accomplishments and the things that you're curious about, and to network and to meet people and to get ideas. And it is a professional social media platform. It's not Facebook, it's not Instagram, it's not Snapchat, it's not Twitter. It's professional social media. So keep that in mind, first of all. So what you would do when you go to linkedin.com, you would click join now if you haven't already. And I can't go through this process because I already have a LinkedIn account, but I don't believe it's anything too strenuous. What you basically do is you sign in with an email, make it a professional email. Don't put something like hotrodmama at hotmail.com. I don't know. Keep it somewhat, professional. If you have a work email, if you want to use, that's fine. If just be mindful of the email that you use. If you need some help on creating another email, you're not sure how to create an email, or need to create another email and you're not sure how to do that, please let me know and I'll be able to help you out on that. I have probably more emails than I really need, just from varying things, and it's not hard, it's not difficult. You can do it, and I'll be more than happy to help you with that. So basically, you would email, password, agree to join. You can do the continue with Facebook, like sign in with Facebook. Sometimes the integration on these, not just LinkedIn may be fine, but I know sometimes on some platforms, if you're trying to sign in through a third party like Facebook or Google or whatever, it doesn't always work. I don't know why. I don't know. So if this doesn't work for you, just go ahead and do the email and the password. Okay. So I'm going to go ahead and log out of this so I can get into mine. Okay. And want to do it, let's see, you want to do it so that how you guys would see it. Like, because I'm looking at it as it being my account. Let me try this. LinkedIn, Tasha Penwell. Okay, well, let me do that. Okay, just moving on. But there is a way to see it, how others would see it, but I can't recall how to do it. Now, I do have a premium account with LinkedIn, meaning I pay $40 some a month. To me, that's worth the value and what I get in regards to being able to connect with people and look at other opportunities that are out there that I can join. But you don't have to do that. The free version is great. And then there's some other things that I like about the paid version, like learning resources. But again, you can do the free version. The free version does a lot of the same things that I'm going to be going over with you guys. So I'm going to go ahead and log into my account. And let's see. So you can customize the top of it. Your picture, you want this to be a professional picture. When I worked at Ohio University, OUH medical students, and they would put some pictures in their profile, something that they use for medical school. of something that was not like, it was supposed to be just like their picture with their white coat and the stethoscope. And some would put pictures of them in front of their boat or some other really cool picture, and not the standard picture of what we were expecting of them with their white coat and the stethoscope, you know. And they kept saying, this is not match.com. You don't need to be putting those kind of pictures. So that just kind of stuck with me. This is not match.com. Be mindful of the picture. A headshot, professional headshot, that works perfect. Okay, so you can have your name in here. This little thing right here in gold indicates I'm a premium. I don't think that's really neither here nor there for what you need to do, but just as an FYI, if you don't see that, I think that's why. So you would put your location, and you would fill it in. Like there's a little pencil right there. You would fill it in for whatever. What does that indicate? I'm a premium member, open profile. Okay, that's what that stuff means. You can, fill in the stuff here. The first name, last name, former name, if you want, headline. And if you're not sure what to put on all this stuff, let me know, and I'll be happy to make some suggestions on what you can do, because you want this headline to be something that recruiters can see and know what your goals are and see if that aligns with what they're looking for. So you can put your education. When you complete the Google IT professional certification, you can put the, I don't know how it's going to look in there, but it's either Coursera or Google. I don't remember. For me, just because I live closer to West Virginia than I do Columbus, and I think those are the two biggest locations within the area, I do put Huntington, West Virginia. I'm in industry of higher ed. So this is all stuff, this is my stuff. You would fill it in with your stuff. Let's see. So you would put in an about you. And you can be an entry level. You can be someone who with prior experience. You can be, whatever it is that you are. And if you're not sure what to put in there, feel free to kind of find other people that, that are either similar to you or, be inspired by others. Okay. Let's see. So here is some stuff that I've done, like either articles that I've written or my dashboard. So this is stuff that you're going to be able to see, your activity, things I've shared and whatnot. Okay. As you create content and put in LinkedIn, it's going to be a huge value and a huge asset for you, your longer term goals. So your experience, you would put, hit the plus symbol. I don't want to do that because I don't want to mess up mine. Or the pencil will edit it. Your experience. I've been at Hawking for a couple of years. I've been an adjunct at Marshall for a couple of years or 3 years. Something I did as part-time, my position at OU. And you can put as many experiences that you want. What I should probably need to do just on mine is probably kind of review it, and make sure that it's still relevant for its current. Some of the stuff that's dated, like in 2012, I could get rid of that. I'm going to go ahead and do that here if I can. Yeah. So things of that nature, you can do that. Education, again, the Google Professional IT Certification or Coursera. Let's go ahead and hit that plus symbol. I don't have it, so I'm not going to add this, but let's see how it works. Google. Okay, Google. Let's see. It's not on that one. Oh, okay. Just going to leave it at that. Certification. IT professional. Let's see what they have. No. So you get started this year. You're going to end it this year, maybe next year. So this looks like it's not required activities and social description. The description you can grab from Coursera or whatever the information that you have. You can upload your certificate. You can share it with your network. I want to hit save, and hopefully it doesn't mess me up. So you would hit save, and it's probably going down to the bottom. So you can see the things that I've done here somewhere to the bottom. Okay. Okay, looks like but you get the idea. So I'm going to go ahead and do that. And I can't spell Google. Okay, now try it. Save. Now where to go? It's somewhere in here. This is probably stuff I need to kind of weed out as well. Oh, where'd I go? Because I need to get it out. Where is it? I'm going to pause while I find it. Okay, there it is. I think I just had to refresh the page or something. Anyway, so there it is. You would upload the certification after you complete it. And I'm going to delete this because I don't have it and I don't want to muck up my profile. There we go. So you can use this pencil to delete it or to edit it. If you need to change the order, I usually do the most recent up on top. This is kind of what your resume should be, similar as well. Your most recent up on top, and then the oldest, towards the bottom. But I think what it looks like it does is it automatically puts it towards the bottom. So what you can do is you can take those, see that, like those little lines, one called that the hamburger button. You can take that and grab it and move it around. I want to move it back. So if you need to make some edits on that, you can do that as well. So licenses and certifications. So this is probably where, let's go ahead and try here. This might be the better place to put your certification in here. I think it is. Okay, so that's Google Cloud. That's not the Google IT professional certification. Google. Okay. So the education side of it, the one I was looking at earlier, it's probably more for formal education, like associate's degree, bachelor's degree, master's degree. I use it for both. That's just how I use it. If you want to differentiate, maybe that's something you can do. You can do like the education if you have an associate's, bachelor's, or master's or whatever degree. You can do that for the education. If you want to add licenses and certifications, you can do that here. This is your profile. You do what you think is right. There may be a right or wrong answer. I don't know. But this is how I kind of separate it. So this credential, I do believe it does expire. So, whatever it is, you don't have to worry about the credential ID or the URL unless you're provided one. If you're provided this information, go ahead and use it. Then want to hit save. Oh, I have to do this starting. That's not. And then put something in here. And then hit save. And again, I need to probably clean up some of the stuff here. I got a duplicate on that. But you'll see that one has a credential ID, so I'm going to get rid of the one that doesn't have the credential ID. Oh, okay, here's the one. This is the one I just did, so I'm going to go ahead and delete that because I don't have it. And for this, I'm going to go ahead and delete this one because it is a duplicate. This is just my AWS certification. Okay. So let's see. And then you can have volunteer experience. So volunteering, if you don't have background in working in anything, if you're brand new to the job field, volunteering is a great way to record your experiences and the things that you've learned. There's skills and endorsements. You can take a skill quiz if you like. Recommendations. You can ask your former colleagues, supervisors, people we worked for as a volunteer, worked with as a volunteer. They can write recommendations for you, which can help your profile as well. And you can find interest and things of that nature. Now, if you are wanting to add a section, on the top rightish corner, you'll see add profile section. So if you are not seeing a section that I'm mentioning, go to here and you may just need to add it. Okay. So you can customize this to meet your needs. If you don't have something in a particular section, then don't put it in there. You only want to you don't want to put blanks in there when you don't need to. So you want to fill the content with the sections with where you have content in. Okay. So this is kind of the rundown of LinkedIn. If you have questions on this, once you get started and playing around and figuring it out, and you need some suggestions, I'd be more than happy to help on that. Okay. Let's see. There we go. Google Classes. So let's go back to here. You'll see that there is this link right here, this URL. I'm going to go ahead and right click and open in a new tab. And I'm logged in as the teacher. So what I'm actually going to do is pretend I'm a student. So I'm going to right click on this and open incognito mode. This is just going to allow me to log in like you would. You don't need to do that. I'm just doing it so I can log in as the student and not the teacher. So we go into that, sign in the top right, sign in with your Google account or create a new one. Select I am a student, join the class, and that's the code that you're going to need. So I'm going to go ahead and copy that. And I'm going to go ahead and sign in one of my other emails. Actually, I'm going to use my Washington State Community College email. Okay, so I would indicate, and that's what the instructions say, you would indicate that you are a student. And then for join, you click here where it says join class. And that class code that I copied earlier, I'm going to go ahead and paste that in there. And the teacher is me. With my Hawking College email, I'm signing in as a student with my Washington State Community College email. Okay. So these are the current lessons that we have in our JFF, which stands for Jobs for the Future, which is providing the grant for the free access to Coursera, the job search techniques, and resume writing. So this is the information that you have. These are your classroom, their classes, their activities. So what we're going to be doing over the course of these lunch and learns, we're going to again have them every Wednesday, is going through these classes. So I'm still doing it in the role of a student, as you can see right here. So everything I'm seeing, you should be able to see. So we're going to click start. And we're going to go, you guys are going to go over these videos. And you're going to do it as part of this is completely optional, but it's recommended especially if you are looking for a job or to upgrade. You're going to watch these videos and we're going to go over the lessons on these Wednesday classes. And it's going to be a lot, again, of you guys having the initiative and the drive and the interest to take these classes, because there's no grade tied to it. The only thing that's going to be tied to it is that what you're going to be learning and your takeaways that's going to help you in your next steps. So let's go ahead and hit play.
Whether you want to enter or return to the workforce, pick up some side work, or start a new career, looking for a job can be intimidating. There's a lot to do. Search for job opportunities, explore career sites, write a resume, submit applications, and practice interviewing. But Google's suite of applications, called G Suite, can help in every step of your job search. In the following activities, you will create and share a job guide with tips and ideas for finding a job in your area. Create a job search plan to track tasks and job search progress. Search for open positions using Google's job search feature and track the jobs you're applying for. Write a resume. And practice interview techniques. The digital skills you learn in this course will help you well after you've gotten a job. Many jobs require familiarity with digital technology like word processing and spreadsheet software. You can carry these same skills with you into the workforce. By the time you finish, you'll be ready to submit your applications and finish your search to get a new job. Move on to the first activity to get started.
Okay. So you're going to have videos like that. They're usually fairly short. I don't know, maybe 10 minutes on average. This one's less, obviously. But what I like about this platform is the videos are usually short enough where you're not losing your attention span, which, you know, is one of the perils of online learning. But let's see. So there's a pre-survey, so you would enter it, answer it as such. Just going through the stuff here now. Okay, submit. Okay. So we're going to, on this one right here, lesson 2, create a job guide. Create a job guide. And let's go ahead and watch this video.
When you search for a new job, you might first think about how much money you could earn or what work experience you have had in the past. But other elements are important too. You may have family obligations that require a flexible work schedule. You may be looking to start a whole new career, or maybe English is your second language. You may want to consider the area where you live, like what kinds of jobs are available, which jobs pay the most, or which jobs offer certain benefits. These factors determine which jobs you look for, as well as how you look for them. While every job seeker has specific needs and wants, you can make finding a job easier by searching for advice on the internet and sharing information with others. In this activity, you will research tips for finding job opportunities in your area. You will brainstorm some of the goals you have for your next job. You will create a job search guide in Google Slides to collect the information you found. Google Slides is an application that helps you create and edit visual presentations to share information with others. Then, you will share your tips with others to create a class presentation. By the end of this activity, you will have created a collection of slides with tips about how to get a job in your area that you and your class can use. Others in this class may learn from the tips that you share, and you may learn from their tips as well. To start, open a new tab in Google Chrome or go to google.com. Then open Google Drive. Google Drive stores the files you create in Google applications, as well as files that are shared with you. These files are not stored on your computer. They are stored privately on the internet. You can access them from any computer or mobile device with an internet connection after signing in to your Google account. Create a new slides presentation. Click New Then select Google Slides and blank presentation. Name your presentation Job Guide. This is the file name that will appear in Google Drive. Your presentation will automatically save in Google Drive every time you make updates. There's no need to save while you're working. Once you've created and named a new Google Slides presentation, move on to the next video to start writing your job guide. Now it's your turn. Create a new slides presentation and rename it Job Guide. Then move on to the next video.
So what we're going to go ahead and do is I'm going to go ahead. I'm still in incognito mode, so I'm going to go to google.com. And I'm still logged in as Washington State Community College. I can see that because it's the T and the green, and that's the logo that's on it. And I'm going to go to Google Drive. You can see it says Washington State Community College. I'm going to click new. I'm going to make a new folder just for this purposes, the JFF, JST, Job Search Techniques, Lunch, and Learn. So you would make a folder similar to this. Okay, so go into that. And then I'm going to click new and presentations, I believe, blank presentation. And what was the rest of that? Create and rename it Job Guide. So as you went over in that video, if it's a Google Drive, it's online, it automatically saves it without you having to worry about saving it. So what was it called again? Job Guide, yeah. Okay, and you can see it's saving, and then it's saving, and it's saved to Drive. So the way you would access, I think that's the end of this particular assignment, but the way you would access that in the future would be you would go to your Google Drive, My Drive, your folder, JFF, JST, Lunch and Learns. That's what I named mine. And you see something that says Job Guide and opens that up. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and close that out. And let's go ahead and hit next. And we'll do one more, just get you guys the idea of everything that you need to do by these tutorials and these videos.
In the previous video, you created a new presentation for your job guide. In this video, you will create a title slide and customize the look of your presentation. To start, click the title box. Type a simple title for your presentation, like My Job Guide or How to Get a Job. You can change the title later if you want. Then add your name as the subtitle. Next, apply a theme to your slides. Themes are ready-made designs or templates you can use in your presentation. They include different slide layouts, colors, and font styles. Use themes to quickly add character to your presentation. Explore the theme options. If you don't see the sidebar, select Slide from the menu bar and change theme. Select one you like. Great. The theme is now applied to your presentation. The same colors and fonts are carried throughout your presentation, even on slides with different layouts. To change the font style on this slide, select the text box and highlight the text inside. Select a new font style or change the size or color. Make sure all of the text is large and easy to read. To move a text box, select it. Then click and drag the box around the slide. To resize a text box, select it. Hover the mouse over the sides or edges of the text box. Then click and drag to resize. When you finish customizing the title slide, move on to the next video to add another slide and start researching tips for finding a job. Now it's your turn. Title the first slide and add your name as the subtitle. Then select the theme for your presentation. Finally, customize your slide by changing the font styles or colors, or by resizing and moving the text boxes.
Okay, so let's go ahead and do that. And go ahead and open it back up. And title's the first slide. So I think it was how to find a job. How to apply for a job. Something along those lines. I've been forgotten what it was. And you would put your name as a subtitle. And I don't see my theme selector on the right hand side. So like you said in the video, you can go to slide. Let's see, was it apply background? Oh, change theme. There it is. And you can see there's a variety of different themes that you can select. And you can import a theme, but that's not where we're going to go into for this particular class. But just be aware there's more options. So I want to click that one. I don't like that one. I want to click another one. Let's do that one. Let's see. What was the other step? Select a theme, customize your slide. Okay. You can move the text boxes around. You can resize it. That did the word wrap. I don't really want word wrap. And you can see that vertical red line. You can see, you can't really see it over the pink on the top, but you can see it's over a bit over that P. You can see that red line kind of helps, ensure that you're in the center. Let's see. So that's pretty much it on this, I think. And then that's how you would do it. You would progress to the next slide. So let's go ahead and go back to Mentimeter Google Classes. That's how you can access your Google Classes and to gain some skills to improve their job search process. So I was going to finish off with this class, and we only got a couple minutes for the that I had a lot of the time for, is, where do you see yourself? Where do you want to see yourself 1 year from now? I know things can be frustrating when you're trying to learn new skills and you're trying to balance everything else in life, but you're doing it for a reason. And where do you see yourself 1 year from now? Do you see yourself, in a new situation, in a new job, more financially stable? That's what I'm trying to say. Is that where you want to see yourself? And if so, what are your steps to get there? One step that you've already done is the sign up for this Google IT professional certification. That's one step. That's the first step. That's a great step, making that decision. So the next step is to just continue to devote the hours that you need to complete the program and to adopt effective problem solving and study skills. Those are the other key components. Succeeding in anything IT and computer science related is problem solving and study skills. Because this is a field that's constantly changing, and you got to adopt this mentality of a lifelong learner, study skills, what works well for you, and make sure that you continue to hone those as you go through this process. So I think that was the last slide, which is times out pretty well. So again, these are going to be on Wednesdays. It's a lunch and learn. I'll be going through the course and the curriculum as I have it already kind of pre-planned. And these are going to be recorded. And feel free to stop in on Wednesdays for these lunch and learn, or just watch the recordings and give me some questions. If you have any questions, feel free to ask them. And just as a recap, something I said probably about a month or so ago, and if we have questions on anything, on LinkedIn, on job search techniques, or anything of that nature, I want to see what you're doing to actually solve the problem before you ask me. And that's not meant to be a cop-out on my part, but it's meant to be a practice for you for problem solving. You have to adopt the mentality of, okay, I don't know the answer, instead of just asking somebody else, asking the teacher or whoever, the boss, supervisor, whatever the role that you have now or that you're going to have. You can ask a peer, you can ask a counterpart, you can go on Google, you can look at documentation. I want to see what you're doing to try to solve the problem before you're asking me. Google Hangouts, as you guys know, you guys working together, that peer learning, it's a huge part of not only the learning process, but how it works in the field as well. And so I want to see what you're doing to solve the problem before just trying to come to me for a solution. You can use the Coursera platform or the forum that they have. That is an intended resource. That's what that resource is there for. But the reason for you to do that is twofold. One is to help you adopt the mentality and the practice of problem solving, and two is to help me understand what gaps I'm leaving you in the knowledge or instruction. Okay, if I'm not telling you about some resource, or if I'm missing a step in explaining something, me seeing that what you're doing, whether it's a screenshot, recording, a text, or whatever it is, of what you're doing to solve your own problem before coming to me, is going to help me ensure that I'm giving you the information and that you need to succeed. Okay. So if you have a certain question and if you're going through these steps, and again, you're not finding the solution, I need to improve myself in regards to giving you the resources that you need. Okay. So that's the end of this video. Feel free to join me for next Wednesday. It's Wednesday at noon. It's a lunch and learn. Okay. See you guys later. Bye-bye.